Coach, you're obviously coming off a loss to one of the best, I mean, arguably the best team in the MAC right now. What did you see from your team, and just, I guess, what adjustments do you want to see, as we close out play here in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I actually liked our energy and our effort, especially in the first two sets. I think we came out with a good mindset and we knew they were tough. Playing at Ball State's tough in that big arena and serve and pass wise um, is, you know, we had a difficult night, but we battled, we competed. We're going to need some more kills offensively. So that's kind of been the trend is I think we're doing a lot of the hard parts of the game well. We got to find ways to score and put points on the board. Um, but we got out of there healthy. And, right now I think we're tied for sixth in the MAC. We've got 6 matches left. Obviously playing Bowling Green this week, they're really good, but we've just got to find a way to keep punching and find a W. So we're in a good spot. We're healthy, as healthy as you can be in late October and fired up for a home weekend.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you're right in the mix right now.
Yeah.
And obviously we have Bowling Green coming here this weekend, a team who, a couple spots ahead of us here, and a team that could very well end up playing, if you make it. Uh, just with how competitive it's been, and how every match just seems to matter that much more. How important is it just to try to get a couple games from the Falcons this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we still have to look at it like we got to find W's. You've got 6 matches left. In my opinion, if you win three, that might be enough. The way things have been shaping out and people are beating each other. But you have to look at each match as one of those 3 or 4 that you're going to need. So regardless of who we're playing, everybody left on our schedule is good. CMU at home will be really good. So we've got to find a way to put it together and outwill them, have better energy, take advantage of the home court advantage, sleeping in our own beds, feeling good. So it's a really important weekend for us. And in the, zoom out a little bit, we have to keep getting better. We still have a lot of young players. There's things that they're still working on. We have to, every single match, find a way to get a little bit better, regardless of the result.
How do you feel, some of the experience that especially those young players have had? Again, I know every opponent in the MAC is competitive, but, recently you've really taken on some tougher opponents. What does that type of experience just do for the team as look to close out the season and hopefully, make a push for the tourney?
Yeah, well, I mean, it sets the bar for, especially for the young ones. They're like, okay, this is where we're going to have to be as a program to beat those programs in the future. If we're going to get to the MAC tournament, I keep telling the team, it's like early in the season, it's just like, just get there. That's the goal, trying to get this program back on track. But then the competitor in you and, mindfully, like you want to get there and you want to win matches too. So I think they realize like, you can go beat a Kent State, you can compete with Ball State, but you've got to be clean and you've got to be good. And, it's whatever we lack in skill, it's got to be, we have to win all the little points, the dirty points, like the hustle plays. And we're starting to make good strides in those areas. So that's exciting. And, the team knows exactly what it takes. They know how good Bowling Green is. They know how good CMU is. They realize they've got to show up and play well.
What are you expecting from the Falcons this weekend?
I mean, they've had a really crazy year. I mean, obviously they lost their head coach, who's phenomenal and has been great for a long time. And they have a really talented roster. I mean, they have Player of the Year, one of the better setters of the year. They've got a lot of depth, but they've been injured. Their lineup's been all over the place. So it'll be interesting, who shows up and who's playing. I always expect to play the best players. I think that's the mindset you going into it. They're in a 6-2 right now, and they're physical and strong and they can side out. So it's going to be tough. We're going to have to really play our best volleyball to compete with them at a high level. And it doesn't mean that we can't knock them off. It's just like going into Kent State. I don't think anyone had us on our bingo card beating them, but we're very capable when we have a full head of confidence and we do what we're capable of doing.